everybody, welcome back to Rum and Board. I'm Hawk. Today we're going to be learning how to play Forbidden Island. Forbidden Island, the land where using your eye is forbidden. Close your eyes, fellow villagers. It's nighttime. Oh wait, no, that's next week. Forbidden Island is a cooperative game for up to 4 players. You're going to be playing against the island itself, which is trying to kill you. In the beginning, you are an adventurer who's been seduced by the promise of power, fortune, and glory that will be gained by any group that manages to brave the perils of the island and find the 4 elemental artifacts that are hidden there. To do so, you and your team will need to collect keys and use them to unlock the artifacts, and then make it back to your helicopter before the whole island sinks. To collect an artifact, you'll need to find 4 matching keys. You and your buddies will find these keys, basically by accident while you're derping around the island. Once you have the keys, one adventurer needs to turn them in at the matching temple to collect the artifact. Once you have all 4 artifacts, get to the chopper before it's too late. To make things a little more interesting, the whole island is sinking. Something about plate tectonics or whatever. I'm not a geologist. Geologists, let me know what's going on. You're the experts. While you're doing other stuff, you'll also have to spend time preventing sinkage. Be careful though. The island sinks faster and faster as the game goes on. This is the Forbidden Island. 24 tiles of badass hatred, laid out in this weird diamond shape that I didn't come up with, but the rules did. As the game goes on, tiles will flood and ultimately sink. Some of these tiles are more important than others. If Fool's Landing sinks, the game's over. You needed that helicopter to get off the island. Plus, there are only 2 temples where you can collect each of the artifacts. If both of those sink before you've got their artifact, game's over again. If it wasn't over already, which it probably was. I may have been giving you the impression that this is an easy game to win. Think again. The island starts with 6 random tiles already flooded. Your team starts scattered across the island. Each roll has its own starting place. Your turn. On your turn, you have 3 actions. With each action, you can move to an adjacent tile. Left, right, up, down, okay. Diagonal, no! You can move to and from flooded tiles normally, but you cannot move to a sunken tile. You can't swim at all. That's why you're on an island. You're real smart. You can shore up an adjacent tile, preventing it from sinking for now. You can shore up any tile up, down, left, or right, or the one that you're standing on. Diagonal, no, no. No, no. You can't shore up sunken tiles. Those are f***ing gone. Give a key to someone else who's on the same tile. Capture an artifact from the island. You'll need to have 4 matching keys and be in the appropriate temple. Once you've unlocked the artifact, slam that mother down on the tile with you and drag it around for the rest of the adventure. There's nothing like dragging a giant globe of unclear material with you to impress your friends and make your family finally realize that all that money they spent on your engineering degree was actually worth it. Make good choices with your actions. Your friends will die if you're not doing your best. And it'll be on you. Carry them home. Look at this carnage already. Who's gonna carry that home? After you've taken your 3 actions, you'll draw 2 cards from the treasure deck. These can be items that will save your bacon ultimately, or the keys that you need to unlock those artifacts that I keep talking about. You can only carry 5 items at a time, so use your gifting action to make it rain as much as possible. The last thing you do on your turn is draw from the flood deck. This is when the island fights back. Flood. Each card you draw from the flood deck floods a tile. If a tile's already flooded and you draw it, it sinks forever into the abyss. This is terrible. This is a shit show. This is worse than the time Uncle Ralph showed up to Thanksgiving uninvited and unexpected, stuck his whole fist into the turkey and shook it around saying, "I'm a ballerina," even though that doesn't make any sense because ballerinas, 1, don't like turkey, 2, probably don't have microphones in their day-to-day lives. What are you doing with your life, Uncle Ralph? Let me reiterate that although Uncle Ralph visits once a year, the flood deck happens every turn. The flood deck sucks, and you hate it. The island's level of pissed offness is measured by the water meter. The number on this determines how many cards you draw from the flood deck, which in turn means how many tiles are going to flood every turn. Back to the treasure deck for a sec. There's a particularly shitty card in there called the Water's Rise, which causes the island to get angrier at you. Whoever last drew this card is absolutely to blame when you lose the game. They should have known better. They should have drawn better. They should have planned better. They should have been better people, because the island doesn't kill people who don't deserve it. When you draw the Water's Rise, increase the water meter by 1. Then shuffle the flood deck discard pile and put it back on top of the flood deck. Those things that have just been flooding, yeah, they're gonna flood again. Characters. Yo, there's characters. What? You'll be one. Oh, it'll be fun. You'll have a special ability and everything to match your special snowflake status. These special abilities mostly modify your regular actions. Diver. Swim places. You're the only one of these fools who can actually swim. This means that you can move through flooded and sunken tiles as one action. Engineer. Shore 2 tiles per action instead of just 1. Pilot. Once per turn, spend an action to move anywhere on the island. Super OP. Explorer. Move diagonally if you want. Shore diagonally if you want. F*** diagonally if you want. Diagonal dicks for days, whatever, DGAF. Messenger. Give one of your treasure cards to anyone, anywhere on the island. Still costs an action though. Gifts ain't free. Navigator. Move another player up to 2 adjacent tiles as one action. You don't have to get their permission to do this, and it's a lot funnier if you don't. How to win. The only way to win? Get all 4 artifacts, and then get your entire team back to Fool's Landing before it sinks. I believe in you. No, I don't. You're doomed. Just like Uncle Ralph. So that's Forbidden Island. Check out our playthrough to watch us get sunk playing it as a drinking game. But before you do, subscribe to our channel, click the like button if you actually like this video, and leave a comment somewhere letting us know what game we should play next. I'll see you next time, but until then, play responsibly. Flailing turkey. It's not a weapon, Uncle Ralph. Calm down. We're gonna eat it. It's not alive.